6:30 on Fox 29.
Look at the world, what makes it go round? How come the sun has its ups and downs? How do we get from the shape we're in up to a place where we've never been? Capitol buildings and we're dinosaurs. We're gonna show you what all of it's for. Not just news, not just news.
In America, you have the right to own and bear video games. You can also listen to anything you want. This week, where your rights come from. Also, see how bubblegum can blow your cover. And the long paw of the law. Crime-solving dogs that use common sense. Today on... And now, here's your host, Steve Doocy.
Howdy, kids. Welcome to the program. Ooh, we've got a good one for you.
Steve.
That's Ernie, the director. Yes, Ernie?
We got a little bit of a problem here with camera 6.
A problem? Couldn't this wait? We're just beginning the show, you know.
I'm not sure there's going to be a show today, Steve.
Oh, no show? Can't be that we're canceled. The ratings are great.
It's not the ratings, Steve. It's the cameraman.
Huh. The cameraman? What about him?
The cameraman has been stolen.
Stolen? Did he say stolen?
Yes. Yes, stolen.
Is that a possibility? Let's take a look. Right over here. The chalk outline. Kids, he's right. The cameraman's been stolen. Oh, no! Okay, kids, what do you look for when you're trying to solve a crime? You look for? Clues! That's right. All right, let's take a look here and see if Kevin, the cameraman, left any clues. Well, you know, I'm not an expert, but I don't see any. Unless, of course, you count this big thumbprint. Would this be a good clue? Yeah! Of course, this clue doesn't mean anything to me, but I know somebody who can tell us what this is all about. And I tell you what, he's in the studio next door, but before we go over there, there's something I've always wanted to do. Here's our Polaroid. Here's the teacher who accompanied our kids today. Hold that. All right, now all you kids say cheese. Cheese! All right. Lovely. Thank you. Here you go. We'd like you to have that camera as a lovely parting gift. I tell you what, why don't you come with me, okay?
Sure.
All right. You ever watch that TV show, America's Most Wanted?
Yeah.
Ah, good. Because right next door in this other studio is where they tape it. See that guy over there?
Yeah.
You know who that is?
No.
That's John Walsh, America's #1 crime solver. I'm going to talk to him about this clue in just a minute. But in the meantime, right back there on the board are a bunch of fugitives. And I tell you what I'd like you to do. Go put your teacher's picture back there. I've always wanted to do that. I love it. Howdy, John Walsh. What's up?
Howdy, Doocy.
What are you doing in here all by yourself today, John?
Well, I'm about to solve the biggest case of my career. I knew it. Colonel Mustard. Killed him in the kitchen with a candlestick.
You were in here playing Clue, John?
It keeps me on my toes.
Okay, we know from America's Most Wanted that you guys help catch a lot of criminals. Exactly how many have you helped send to the slammer?
Well, as you can see, these are real phones. And every Friday night, thousands of people call in here. And those people have assisted law enforcement in capturing over 170 wanted fugitives.
That's terrific. Well, today we've got another case for you. It's the case of the stolen cameraman. This is the only clue, this big thumbprint that I have so far. Of course, a thumbprint can help, can it?
Oh, absolutely. Even a partial print can help law enforcement catch a most wanted criminal.
Actually, I knew that because not long ago I went to the FBI fingerprint lab to do a story. You would like to see the story, wouldn't you, John?
Well, I'm really busy,
John,
Steve.
really, it'll just take a minute. Sit down, relax, enjoy yourself. Watch this, folks. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI. They're the ones in charge of America's fingerprints. They tell me that each day their Washington, D.C. headquarters receives 35,000 sets of them. That's a lot of work for these digit detectives.
We do the little legwork. And it's interesting to see a lot of times things that are happening on the news. We see a number of these individuals as we're processing the fingerprint cards.
You don't actually do the legwork, though. You let your fingers do the walking. Let me show you how the FBI finds out if a new set of fingerprints belongs to someone the police are looking for. You'll be happy to know that somebody doesn't have to look through a bazillion different fingerprints to find a match. A computer does it. This machine looks at your fingerprint to find the location of certain ridges that everybody has. When it finds them, it puts little circles where they are. See them? Since no two people have the same fingerprint, those ridges are never at the same place on any two people. So when the FBI takes fingerprints at a crime scene and runs them through the computer, the machine looks for a set of prints with ridges in exactly the same place. That's a match. And the computer has caught another bad guy. Well, this is fascinating. Thanks for the tour.
Okay, Steve, we're glad you came today.
Great, great.
And, hey, how would you like to get fingerprinted and take it home for a souvenir?
Before we go?
Yes.
All right, let's go. You know, the biggest problem with getting fingerprinted is all that black ink. What a mess. I got my pinky inky. But that's okay. That's a small price to pay for seeing how the FBI fingers the bad guys. Besides, this will be a nice reminder of my day with the men and women of the FBI, unsung heroes who really deserve a pat on the back. Well, thanks, Mo.
Well, what's wrong? Nothing. Okay. You're welcome. See you next time. All right. Bye.
Fascinating work they do.
Looks like your boy's got his teacher up on our fugitive board.
Oh, yeah. There she is. That looks great. All right. Good job, son.
Now, tell me everything that happened.
All right. Well, let's see. This morning I got up, had some orange juice.
No, Steve, the facts. Just the facts.
Oh, okay. His name is Kevin. He's the cameraman. He works on camera.
Coming up, what has a wet nose, is real smart, and fights crime? No, it's not that guy from Jake and the Fat Man. We've got hairy, wet-nosed, crime-solving dogs sniffing around our studio.
We'll be right back after these messages.
An important announcement from Nordic Track.
If you've always wanted a Nordic Track ski exerciser, but thought it was too expensive, now's your time to act. Nordic Track's proven advantages of total body aerobic conditioning, permanent weight loss, and better health don't come with an outrageous price tag. Priced at just $4.99, this 505 is our original Nordic Track model. It features our famous patented flywheel and one-way clutch that provides smooth continuity of motion, just like cross-country skiing. That's why Nordic Track is known as the world's best aerobic exerciser. Or for only $3.99, you can have this Nordic Track 303 with a natural redwood finish. And for as little as $2.99, you can have this sleek Nordic Track 202 in your home. Remember, you can't afford a Nordic Track. Why settle for anything less? Plus, if you call now, we'll give you this electronics package free. It's a $69 value. Call today for a 30-day in-home trial. There is a Nordic Track skier that's priced right for you.
Hey, dudes, for the latest and greatest video game action, you gotta tune in to GamePro. GamePro is the TV show that puts you thumbs up on the latest in video game playing tips.
Saturday mornings at 10, brought to you by Funko.
Here's a free photo finishing offer from Walgreens. Order your photos in the big 4x6-inch supersize and get a second set of prints absolutely free. While you're there, pick up everyone's favorite, Pringles snacks. Through Saturday, assorted flavors are just 99 cents. And the best 35mm film value is the Kodak Bonus Pack. 12 extra exposures in each pack. Plus, you'll get one roll processed free with the enclosed coupon. Walgreens Drugstore, clearly the right place for the best values.
And now, back to our show.
Factoid! Ever wonder why we call policemen cops? Many stories have circulated, but one common explanation is that cop is short for Constable on Patrol. C-O-P. Cop. It's time once again for Match Wits. This week's game, You Bet Your Rights. Now, here's your host, Steve Doocy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Match Wits, the game show where the kid always wins. Today we're talking about the law with John Walsh. So we thought today we would look at the granddaddy of all of our laws, the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. So let's get started by meeting our two contestants. We wanted someone to read us our rights, and he was the only one left. Meet fifth grader Adam Kaplan. And today, squaring off against Adam is a Georgetown University law professor and all-round smart guy. Please welcome Professor Paul Rothstein. right, now, Professor, how important is the Bill of Rights for kids?
It's very important for kids. For example, if a kid wanted to sound off about something he didn't like at school, the First Amendment says you have the right to free speech. You can express your mind. The government can't stop you. Or if they wanted to start a school newspaper, same amendment, the same part of the Bill of Rights says you have the right to have a school newspaper. The government can't stop you. If someone wants to barge into your home, say policemen, take your things, search, maybe arrest you, they can't do that without having good cause. They can't make a mistake like that and get away with it.
All contained in the Bill of Rights.
Right.
Now, how long have you studied the Bill of Rights and others?
For about 18 to 20 years.
18 to 20 years. And Adam, how long have you studied it?
Not long at all.
Not long at all. Okay, well, is this a mismatch? Not really, because all a kid has to do to be a winner on Match Wits is watch TV and pay close attention. That's because all the answers are in this Bill of Rights videotape. It's our right to watch, so let's do it. Every new country needs its own set of rules so that everybody knows what's okay and what isn't. When the United States first went into business, the Constitution outlined the laws of the land. But in the beginning, the 13 original colonies would not agree to the Constitution unless 10 more laws were kind of tacked on. Those 10 laws are today known as the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights protects, among other things, freedom of religion, which gives you the right to pray as you choose. Freedom of speech lets us say whatever we want to, almost, even if it's something that bugs our government. And let's not forget a free press, which lets our newspapers and newscasters say what they believe to be the true news. No matter what the crime, everyone has the right to a speedy public trial by a jury. And even if the crime is bad, our government cannot treat us cruelly. The right to do all these things we wouldn't want to live without became our law in 1791, 200 years ago, all thanks to the Bill of Rights. All right, now it's time to play our game. Adam, were you paying close attention?
Yes, I will.
All right, good. First question, what are the 10 amendments to the Constitution called?
The Bill of Rights.
That's right! Good job, Adam! Oh, good sportsmanship. He shook his head. Now, because you're an expert, your questions are a little harder.
I can tell I'm in trouble looking at this smart face here.
All right, Professor, Article 2 of the Bill of Rights gives people the right to bear arms. How long is a bear's arm? Oh, I'm sorry. Time's up. 36 inches. Good information.
Didn't know that.
Well, now you do. Work that into the next time you talk to
better
Tom
put that in
Brokaw,
my
okay?
class notes, right? Okay.
All right, Adam, your next question. What year was the Bill of Rights passed into law?
1791.
That's right!
Hey, I'm in some trouble here.
Yep. Would you like to go double or nothing on the last question?
Okay, I'll go for it. What have I got to lose? I'm losing.
That's right. I tell you what, you win this, I'll throw in some snow tires.
Okay.
Professor, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are found at the National Archives here in Washington, D.C. How many Bill Rights are found in the Washington, D.C. phone book? Correct answer, 2.
Didn't know that.
Now you know the rest of the story, as Paul Harvey says. Well, it looks as if Adam is our big winner, Mr. Announcer. Let's tell him what he's won.
Since the Bill of Rights gives you the freedom to press a suit in court, we're gonna let you. That's right. Whether it's a civil suit or just a plain herringbone, you'll not only be free of your cares, you'll be free of wrinkles, too. See you in court.
Very good. Okay, and now we've got a trophy as well, Adam. Professor?
Adam, I want to congratulate you and give you this trophy that's inscribed, Not Just News Champion. That's you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Oh, he's so excited. He's going to take that home right now to show his folks. Paul, thank you very much for stopping by.
My pleasure.
All right. Well, did you folks miss this week's big stories? Well, if you give us 1 minute, we'll give you the world. Just watch.
Across the nation, around the world, we're right on track. Yo, listen to the rhythm of the world rap.
This week, the eyes of the world were on Madrid, Spain, as President Bush and Soviet Premier Mikhail Gorbachev hosted a Middle East peace summit. Arabs and Israelis, bitter enemies for more than 40 years, finally sat down to talk about peace. Up for discussion is what will happen to land Israel captured in war. Will it stay part of Israel or be given to the Palestinians who say the land was stolen? Big changes are in store for the Soviet Union, at least that's what Boris Yeltsin says. Yeltsin is the president of Russia and is the #2 guy after Mikhail Gorbachev. Yeltsin has a plan to put food in the stores and give people jobs so they can earn money. But the problem with his plan is that it's going to take a long time to work, and people in the Soviet Union are hungry today. Volcanoes on Venus, asteroids between Mars and Jupiter. That's right, that's the latest news from the Magellan and Galileo space probes, which have been sending radar signals back to Earth. These pictures are based on those images and are constructed by computers. And that's a wrap. Hey kids, look who's wandered into our studio. It's America's Most Wanted super crime fighter. Welcome, John Walsh. Hi, Mr. Walsh. All right.
Hi, kids. You're all obeying the law, right?
Yes, Mr. Walsh.
Just checking.
Okay, so John, how's our case going to try to find Kevin the cameraman?
Not too good, Steve. I wish I had another clue.
Yeah, that would really be helpful because we really need Kevin.
Freeze. Just what I thought.
What? Did I wear a brown loafer?
Nope. There's something on your shoe.
Gum. 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 Yes, it is gum. Are you telling me that gum can be a clue, John, in a case?
Steve, you should know that.
Yes, I should. In fact, I just did a story on it, and I was just testing you.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to see the story?
Sure.
All right, then let's everybody watch.
Okay, hold still on the end. Don't move.
There are billions of people in the world, so how do you tell them apart? Well, one way is by their fingerprints. You know that skin pattern on the end of your finger that looks...
Swirly.
Yeah, swirly. But I discovered here at the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI, that there's another way they can tell one person apart from another. For the scoop, we've come to the FBI's crime lab in Washington, D.C., where the detectives are dressed like doctors. I understand you can actually catch people from their bubble gum.
In a sense you can.
Mm-hmm. Let me explain. Let's say you're chewing gum. By the time you're ready to throw it away, the flavor may be gone, but your saliva or spit is sealed inside, leaving behind a lot of important information about the person who chewed the gum. That makes work easy for these government gumshoes. Here's a chiclet.
Right.
I could chew this baby up. Okay. Then give it to you. You put it under this microscope over here, and you could tell that it was my gum, even though I'm long gone.
Well, we would be able to identify your blood type.
Oh, I see. Okay.
More than identify it specifically as you, we would be more likely to be able to identify the blood type.
Okay. Now, what should we do with this?
If you really want to save it, you can.
Okay. I think I'll drop it right down here.
That's fine.
So that's one way the long arm of the law can burst the bad guy's bubble. So I don't know about you, but from now on, to me, FBI stands for Federal Bubblegum Investigators.
Will Steve crack the case of the stolen cameraman? Stay tuned.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Sound the alarm. Robin Hood's back with Little John and all his merry men.
Oh, he's so handsome.
All the action and adventure are yours to behold.
Oh, Lucky, I'm so excited.
This magical tale about everyone's favorite swashbuckling hero.
This is a red letter day.
An animated classic to be enjoyed by your entire family from Disney. It's Robin Hood.
Saturday at noon on Fox 29.
When Ryan Sabis was attacked by a dog, his parents turned to the law firm of Milovitz and Associates.
A friend of mine that I work with told me that he had Milovitz and Associates handle some legal matters for him and said they were handled real well. The day we called them, there was an investigator sent to the house that night.
What impressed me most about Milovitz and Associates is that from day one, they were in contact with us. And they gave us options that we didn't even realize were there.
The most important thing is that our son was taken care of and his medical bills were paid. I have some friends of mine that are dealing with Milovitz and Associates now with some cases. I was so impressed that I would refer them. They really cared about our son and what he got out of this, and that he was going to be, have this taken care of for him.
Milovitz and Associates, 533-1111. Free at-home visits to discuss your injuries, 533-1111.
Business has been wonderful.
I think that the response is excellent. The show is great.
What's got everybody talking? The success of the 1991 Fox 29 Bridal Fair. Fox 29 will again sponsor the Twin Cities' largest bridal show on February 2nd, and you can be a part of it. Receive a display area, a commercial TV schedule, and much more. Bridal couples will find everything they need at the bridal fair. Will they also find you? Reach the bridal market. Call Diane Mignon at 493-1103 for details and a free bridal fair kit.
You shouldn't make noise on the bus. Yeah, if you didn't have rules, someone would get hurt. It's very cool to follow the rules. And now, back to our show.
Now, Not Just News takes you back to the news that made news this week in history. It was this week in 1858 that President Theodore Roosevelt was born. Teddy Roosevelt was famous for saying, "Walk softly and carry a big stick." He was also famous for a big toy. The teddy bear is named after President Teddy Roosevelt. It was this week in 1886 that the Statue of Liberty was dedicated. Given to the United States by the people of France, she's a symbol of freedom and hope. She's been standing tall in New York Harbor for over 100 years. And even though she's been holding up that arm for over 100 years, Lady Liberty still hasn't gotten a cab. Finally, they called it Black Monday. This week in 1929, the New York Stock Exchange hit rock bottom. Lots of people lost all their money. Things didn't get back to normal for 10 years. When the Great Depression was finally over, people were really happy. Just listen.
Like an appendix operation, it's a good thing to have it over with.
And speaking of over, that's this week in history. So remember, if it happens today, it's tomorrow's history.
Not Just News, crime headquarters. John Wall speaking. What? They caught John Dillinger?
Maybe not a good tip. Well, as you can see, our Not Just News crime headquarters is a little behind the times, but to crack a case, sometimes you need more than just tips. So John and I thought it was time to bring in some four-legged help. So please welcome Marianne Hardy, whose dogs really are man's best friend. Now, these dogs are very special dogs. Introduce each and every one of them for us.
All right. We have Silka, the Rottweiler. Polly, the Bloodhound. And PC is my friend and German Shepherd.
Very good. Now, what do these dogs do exactly to help people?
Well, they use their noses to find them. We are giving off scent all the time, and some of it falls on the ground, and that's what the Bloodhound follows. And some of it's carried by the air. And that's what the air-scenting dog follows, like PC and Silka.
So these are trackers. And just to show how this works, just a little while ago, one of our studio kids, we had her take a tissue and wipe herself around her neck. And then we put the sample, as you can see right there, in a plastic bag. And that's where it's remained until right now, because right over here, Brooke is about to have the Bloodhound take a whiff, and then the Bloodhound is actually going to try to find that girl in the studio audience. I don't think the Bloodhound was watching TV, so she doesn't know. All right, now she's, this is the way you actually track missing people, isn't it?
Yeah, the dogs have a harness on and a leash. And they're looking for a specific person. And there she...
And that's it.
Looks like
that's terrific. All right. That is amazing. Well, I tell you what, now since, if you've been following along, you know that our cameraman has been missing today, Kevin. Now, you need an article of his clothing, so lucky for all of us, we have his pajamas, all right?
Well, that ought to be good.
Well, it ought to be. So, Marion, give that scent to the dogs and see what they come up with.
PC, you want to find?
Oh,
check it out.
It looks like they're onto something. All right.
Let's go.
Hey, there they go. This could be the clue we're looking for, kids.
This is the story of two houses. 4 years ago, the Taylor house was painted. In the same year, the Baker house had beautiful vinyl siding from Sears installed. Today, the Taylor house is peeling and cracking again.
But the Baker House, with vinyl siding from Sears, looks as good as the day it was installed.
If you want to enhance the beauty of your entire home, or if you have a brick home with just hard-to-paint eaves and overhangs, do it right with maintenance-free vinyl siding from Sears.
And do it now, because if you're a homeowner and you call now, you'll enjoy big savings.
You'll save money now on a home improvement that will save you more money in the years ahead, if you call now. Our siding comes in a rainbow of colors, guaranteed never to peel or crack. It's installed over a full layer of genuine Dow styrofoam underlayment. And it's designed to stand up to the elements, winter after winter, summer after summer. Call now, and all you'll ever need to keep your home looking great is a garden hose. Compare that to the pain of painting every few years. And remember Sears' commitment to getting the job done right. In short, you'll never have to look at a paintbrush again.
And you can save money if you act now.
So if you want your home to look fresh and new year after year and enjoy big savings, don't pick up a paintbrush, pick up a phone and call for your free estimate now.
Call 1-800-937-1260 right now and arrange for your free in-home estimate on installed siding from Sears. Call now during our fabulous fall sale and save $1,000. That's $1,000. But you must call now because this offer won't last. This offer not available in all areas. Call 1-800-937-1260. That's 1-800-937-1260. Call now.
Here's our address. If you've got a question or a comment, an idea for our show, you just want to say hi, write to us. We've got operators standing by to read your letters.
We certainly do. Well, that's going to wrap up our show. You know, I'm really sorry that we never did find Kevin the...
We interrupt this program for an important update from America's Most Wanted.
There's good news in a case that lends itself to a happy ending. Was he framed? Hardly. Here's how the case of the stolen cameraman became overexposed. Just 90 seconds ago, it seemed like business as usual at the in-house watering hole. Witnesses say all they heard was the sound of the dollar bill machine making change. That's when the case began cracking. There he is. Uh-oh. We found him.
Found who?
You. We've had everybody in the building looking for you.
Really? Hey, aren't you John Walsh from America's Most Wanted? How about a donut?
No, thanks. I'm on duty. Have you been in the cafeteria all this time?
Well, yeah.
You were supposed to be on the set half an hour ago.
For what?
For the taping of Not Just News.
That show's still in the air?
Let's go, buddy. You're going with me.
Hey, John, you think I'll do a reenactment of this?
Yeah. We'll get Kevin Costner. He looks just like you.
Job well done.
Thank you. Don't mention it.
You know, and it's great to have Kevin back over there behind camera 6. Hi, Kevin. All right, now we got a lot of kids watching today. John, on a serious note, is there anything you'd like to tell them?
Well, there are many, many safety tips, and really their parents should know the safety tips and go over it with them. But there's two really important ones, and that one of those is whenever you change your plans, let somebody know. Let your babysitter know, let your parents know. And the second most important one, I think, is the buddy system. That's always the best way to go, the buddy system. Look out for each other.
We got a bunch of buddies back here right now. Well, did you guys enjoy the show? Yeah! John Walsh, it was great having you, and thanks. Stop by on this side of the hall anytime, okay?
Thank you. And you guys, remember, obey the law, or you'll have to answer to me and Stan Doobie over here.
Steve Doocy.
Steve Doocy.
That's right.
Steve.
Ooh, we're doing this well. We should take this to Vegas. Thanks, John, very much. Kids, thanks for helping us along with this program. From all of us here at Not Just News, I'm Steve Doocy. See you next time. Bye-bye.
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Happy Days, weekdays at 5:30 on Fox 29.